Hi there, Josiah David Fenimore back for another video. We are in we are finished with Genesis. We are in Exodus chapter 2 now. We just finished chapter 1 where the Israelites are taken under bondage and under Egypt and made to do hard labor. And now we're in Exodus chapter 2. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived, and bare a son. And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could no longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrush, and dabbed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags of the river's bank. And his sister stood afar off to wit what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her handmaidens walked along the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Hebrews' children. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses. And she said, Because I drew him out of the water. And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian, and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, Wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? And he said, Who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me, as thou killedst the Egyptian? And Moses feared, and said, Surely this thing is known. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh, and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and filled the trough to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them, and watered their flock. But when they came to Reuel, their father, he said, How is it that ye are come so soon today? And they said, An Egyptian delivered us out of the hands of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and we watered the flock. And he said unto his daughters, And where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread. And Moses was content to dwell with the man. And he gave Moses Zipporah his daughter, and she bare him a son, and he called his name Gershom. For he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. And it came to pass in the process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried. And their cry came up unto God by reason of the bondage. And God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them. Whew. So God remembering his covenant to the Israelites, and is going to save them through Moses. Moses is just a baby when he gets put in the reeds, and then Pharaoh's daughter comes and finds him when she goes to bathe. And then has his mother, finds a Hebrew woman who happens to be his mother, and has him wean him off from milk. And then when he's old enough, he goes to live with Pharaoh's daughter, and she raises him. So it's such an interesting kind of situation, parallel to Joseph a little bit, where he gets sold into slavery. And, the king is, the Pharaoh is trying to kill all the newborn males of the Israelites. And so Moses' mom puts him in a basket in the reeds so that he's saved, and his sister's watching out. And then Pharaoh's daughter comes down to the water and finds him out there and decides to raise him for his own. And that just has to be the hand of God on the Israelites constantly. He's found another savior, like Joseph was an archetype, like savior type person, where he gets sold into slavery as well, but then ends up being the household head of Pharaoh's whole household, and he's just under Pharaoh. First he gets under Potiphar, and then Potiphar's wife is a harlot and tries to sleep with him, and he kept saying no, 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 and finally she takes his shirt and says that he tried to get after her. And yeah, now the Hebrews are in Egypt being harshly dealt with, their children being slain, and the Lord is looking out for them and finds Moses and is going to raise him up to help the Israelites get them out of Egypt. Thank you for watching chapter 2. I will see you in chapter 3. Peace.